What up, YouTube? It's your boy again, the Roster Tech CEO, coming with another video. And today I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin correction, which is happening right now. So, I have invested, say a few $100 in Bitcoin in December, right? Do you remember when in December when Bitcoin really made a rally and it went like from $17,000 to like something like $27,000, right? That was crazy. So I was like, boom, yo, Bitcoin is gonna explode, bro. So since that moment, say every week, when I get paid, I just put a few $100 in it, and it had a good run until January 4th, January 2nd, January 4th, and then it had a correction, right? It had a correction. I saw the correction. I was like, oh fuck, man, it's just a correction. It's gonna go down, but it's gonna come back up. That's it. It's gonna go down a little bit, even if it's 20%, 30%. We don't give a fuck, as long as we know the value of Bitcoin. It can be affected by like a single news. By you as an investor, you as someone who is interested in Bitcoin, you can't be shaken by that kind of, those temporary setbacks. That's what I want to share with you. I want, like for me, from what I understand, Bitcoin has the potential to keep going up. It will keep going up. It might potentially reach $100,000 in the next 6 months. It might even go further than that. Like $100,000, that's nothing. And if we really want to be there for ourselves, because hey, it is just us. The rest of the people come after us. So look, if you have money sitting around, put it in Bitcoin, and just don't be discouraged by the ups and downs, because at the end of the day, you're gonna make more profit than if you didn't put the money in Bitcoin, right? And this is gonna help a lot of people in what way? Like, if regular people like you and me, if we invest in Bitcoin, Bitcoin will have a market cap. The market capitalization will keep growing, and Bitcoin will eventually become a currency that can be used in our everyday transactions, everyday life. Which means that we won't be obliged to deal with the banks only. We can actually decide. We can choose to just pay for goods and services in Bitcoin, which will really reduce the fees that we pay on the banks, credit cards, mortgages, like car payments, cell phone bills, interests, all that kind of stuff. Like, in the sense, we will save a lot of money. We will save more money than the money that we can save now going through the regular banking institution. We are the people. We decide. We are the people. We have the money. We have the power. I mean, that's what I like about the cryptos, right? Because the banks are not deciding. We decide. We decide. You know what I'm saying? The money we make, I make like $5,000, put it in Bitcoin. I will do whatever I want with Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? The bank is not gonna just put limits on my transactions. Although that might become a part of the of how crypto is gonna be used, because look now, like the regulators of the governments are putting their nose in the cryptos. They'll be like, look, man, your cryptos are appreciating in value, but you won't be able to use them if you don't let us regulate them, or if you don't let us verify who are the person who are investing in your cryptos, right? So they don't want to see the money laundering. They don't want to see these people coming into the cryptos and laundering their money. So they want to be able to see these companies hand over the information of the investors who have invested in this company. So Bitcoin, it might be hard to tell, but if you invest in Bitcoin with like an exchange platform, for example, like crypto.com, Binance.com, or any other exchanges that operate in your country, these exchanges, they actually hand over information to the government of how much cryptos you are trading. So they want to be able to see, look, this guy makes this much money, but he's investing a lot more than he makes. Like, you have a salary or you have a business, and the IRS in the States or the RCA in Canada, they know how much money you make. So if you ever invest in Bitcoin, if you ever really invest more money in Bitcoin that you make in real life, they will find you, man. They will be on your ass to be like, look, man, where did you get this money? So people who invest in Bitcoin are really, I want to give you an advice to really pay attention how much money you're putting in it, because you don't want the government to be on your ass asking you, where did you get the money you invest in Bitcoin? So you gotta be careful with that, because the government is watching. Even though our hope as a people was that Bitcoin should be free from government interference, but in the end, the government, I don't know, the government, they're pulling strings, say that they're putting like restrictions on cryptos that don't want to declare, the users that invest in them. So in the end, regulators or government agencies, they see how much money people are investing in Bitcoin. So for anybody who is investing in Bitcoin, pay attention, pay attention to what you're doing, just make sure that the money you're putting in are not more than what you're making in real life, because the government will ask you, they ask you to declare your money. They ask you where you get the money. Do you pay taxes on them? You know what I'm saying? So just be careful with the crypto. I know, just do it legally, and you will make money. We will have an economy which is decentralized and which we can control, because we're the people. We have the money in the cryptos, so we control the crypto companies in a sense where they also understand that for the investors to be really happy about the investment is that there is no restrictions, there is no fees that don't make sense, like these high fees people talk about, like 19% interest on a credit card, 19% interest on a mortgage, 21% more, 21 to 24% interest on a car. Like, I'm like, why would you do that? But if we have this Bitcoin economy, we can actually even influence the way the car companies make their, distribute their cars. So we can have like a direct relationship with the car companies. I want to have a direct relationship with beings. I don't want to go through a middleman who's gonna fucking, make money off my back when I'm working 50 hours a week. No, I want to buy my car in Bitcoin. I want to tell Benz, look, means I need the 2022 CLA 450, and I have my Bitcoins ready. As soon, every month I'm gonna pay you myself in Bitcoin, no interest, nothing. That would be great. That would be awesome. We want to have good, beautiful cars, which means that we don't need to go through all these other systems where the car gives you the loan and you have to go to the bank. The bank takes its share of interest, and the car company takes its share of interest. So that's fucked up. So what we want to do in the end, we want to be able to decentralize the economy. Reduce the fees that we pay, which means we have more money in our pocket so that we can actually invest in other services that give us a well-being, because that's the end goal is to live a life where you feel happy, you feel fulfilled, you are in a place, in a system, in a place where you feel there's no constraints, you're not depressed, you're not stressed. So I feel like by removing everything that stresses us in our life, we have a better life. So by reclaiming our reality, we have to reclaim our reality. We have to reclaim our financial independence. We have to reclaim our well-being when it comes to the environment we live in. What kind of air do we breathe? What kind of cars do we drive? What kind of air do we breathe in our apartments, in our houses, in our neighborhoods? Is it clean air? So, being the new generation, we want to change the way that the environment has been treated. You see a lot of people say, they address the global warming. It's true. So I believe that our actions cause global warming. You see the North Pole, you see the glaciers, they are melting down, which is causing all these hurricanes, causing all these floods in the tropical regions close to the oceans. We have seen that in the last 20 years. Seeing the floods, the hurricanes have been horrible in Asia and in the southern United States of America. We've seen it. Even in Canada, like the last 2 years, we've seen a lot of flooding in areas that are in a lower altitude, where the water just comes in, boom. It goes through the houses, people have to be evacuated. I'm like, we haven't seen this shit in the last 45 years. We started seeing this in the last 20 years. Because when you're driving in the morning on the highway, you don't think about it, but you actually inhaling all the gas which is on the street, which is on the road. When you're running in the morning on the highway in traffic, you don't really think about it, but you actually are inhaling the gas from all these cars in front of you. And if you're driving for like maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes every day, you are actually inhaling all this gas for how many years? How many years? 15 years, 20 years? I don't know, man. So that's why when you get old, your body is banged up. Your lungs are banged up. Your cells, your blood, everything is banged up because the environment in which you live is not healthy. It's not 100% healthy. So it is our duty, man. It's our duty to actually change our reality by forcing these companies, the Toyotas, the Hondas, the Mercedes, the BMWs, the GMs, to actually transition towards electric vehicles so that they can reduce the pollution. That's gonna help. So that's why we being the new generation, it is our duty to really push forward this issue so that we become the actors of change, if that's the word. We are agents of change, actually, agents of change. Clean air, less pollution, and financial freedom. We gotta be able to actually control our money, because we are making our money, no matter how much it is, $5,000 a month or $1 million a month or $10 million a month. It's your money and you can control it by being able to have the cryptos on the forefront, because the cryptos will not charge you crazy amounts of money for no fucking reason. So that's why we have to become the agents of change of the life that we want. Me, I just created this YouTube channel so that I can vehiculate my opinions on these issues, and hopefully that we can be able to grow our number. I already know that most people think like me. Most people, they want to live in a place which is less polluted. They want to live in a place where they have more control on their money. They want to live in a place where they want to have their kids run around with no fear of their kids, like having a hazard, inhaling a hazard gas. They want to live in a building where they want to smell fresh air, good air, You know, they want to live in a place where they can run in the neighborhood and not be afraid of the cars spitting their gas at them. In the morning, you know what I'm saying? In the morning, when you wake up, you want to go run and just breathe good air. You don't want to fucking smell the gas. That's for sure, right? So it is very evident. It is very reasonable, you know. So let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everyone that checked out my video. And, you know, I want to bring more value. I want to bring more videos that have more value, you know, to YouTube. Which is why I would like to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the like button so that YouTube will push my video to other people who want to see this type of content. Because the more likes, the more YouTube will push the videos actually. So I appreciate everybody checking my video out. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you on the next video. It's your boy, the Rasta Tech CEO.